Zaay, you guys fought back in this game against, I mean, you're a lot of young players against a national championship defending team that starts 4 seniors. What was the, that was, in warm-ups you guys were talking, you were energetic, you were really engaged. What flipped the switch there for this game, and then how disappointed were you with the fourth quarter?
I think what really flipped the switch is that we just wanted a dub. It didn't really matter who was it or like who we finna play. We just really wanted to win, and I think that was all in our heads. Like we just need to get it together and get the win. And then the fourth quarter, I mean, we were still fighting, but I guess all stuff not supposed to end the right way, I guess. But I feel like we fought hard no matter what.
Evina, oh, she's got to go? Okay, Zaay, in the first half, you guys seem more intense. You seem to value every possession more maybe than you did in previous games. Did you just feel more focused out there tonight?
Yes, I felt very focused. I was just had my mind on the game and make sure we just want to win.
Steve, last question for
Zaay, just how encouraged are you about your own personal performance to have this kind of game against the top-ranked team in the country, and also just what changed in the second half in terms of the way they were defending you?
I feel very confident in my shot the first and second quarter, and then third quarter I kind of noticed they were packing it in like the zone. The paint was kind of packed in, so we had to kick it out a lot. But I mean, our shot's gonna end up falling next game. We'll be all right.
Thank you, Zaay. Other questions? John?
Evina, even though you lost tonight, do you think this game does more for your confidence? The fact that you played a really competitive game for a first half against the #1 team?
I think if we come out the way we did and do it for all 4 quarters, it's going to be really, really hard to beat us playing like we did. So I think it definitely is a confidence booster for this team and just shows that we can play like that, and that's Tennessee basketball.
Cheridene, it's been a difficult stretch and a lot of noise, I believe, as Holly called it, around the team. How have you guys been able to tune that out? Because you really did look like a totally different, engaged team and focused team tonight.
You pretty much said it yourself. We just stayed engaged within the team. You know, like you said, there was a lot of noise, but we have a game plan. We have a focus and a goal. So we just need to stay together and just execute.
Just for either one of you, whether it was just in practice or just the difference in opponent, what would you compare, or what comparisons would you make between this game and Arkansas? Just like, what differences did y'all see?
Go ahead. I think one big difference is kind of like the way that we started, you know, and our defense was just on point. I think we're just clicking from all cylinders from the beginning. And so when it starts with our defense, our offense will, you know, flow, and we're just flowing with everything that we had. Zaay had the hot hand, so we continued to go to her. Then when they packed it in, we kind of just lost sight of what we were doing. And instead of the Arkansas game, we kind of just lost track from the start. We didn't know where to start, actually. But like I said, we're moving on game to game, so we're not worried about Arkansas. Notre Dame is over, so we're on to the next game.
Evina, you mentioned the first half. How do you guys get the full 40 minutes the way that you played in that first half?
I think it's just all about mindset. You know, we know a great team like Notre Dame is going to come out punching and swinging after halftime. So we just have to be ready for that and be able to bounce back and get stops when they're going on their run. So we weren't able to stop, you know, one of their top players, and that was one of the game plans coming in. So, you know, we gave up about 20 points in that third quarter to her just alone. And so we just had to be well aware of where our shooters are, where the scorers are, and just defense in general.
Evina, you've had some problems this year against really good three-point shooting teams. You really did a nice job on Notre Dame. with that, what was the game plan kind of for defending the perimeter?
Well, for Notre Dame, they don't have too many three-point shooters. It's really just Enrique and Marina. So just not letting them get hot. Luckily, they didn't hit a few big ones at the beginning, which kind of saved us. But just making sure that they were pressured at all times, just knowing where they're at all times. You know, it's easy when we're not guarding about everyone on the team can shoot. So their posts were doing a great job, but it allowed us, you know, to get our posts going down there as well on the offensive end. So, yeah, so they didn't have too many shooters, so it allowed us to let our defense flow a little bit more.
Cheridene, you get right back in SEC play, and you got 10 games left. Does this game give you guys some momentum, maybe some more confidence, more unity as a team to realize what you can do?
Yes, like Evina said earlier, we definitely have to move on from this game because, you know, we had effort and, you know, we fought, so we just have to carry it over.
Any final questions?
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. I first want to say that I want to appreciate Dan Flesser covering us for 30-plus years, and he's no longer doing what he's been doing. But I just want to make sure that the appreciation of him covering the Lady Vols is just, I mean, he was outstanding. I appreciate his time and his love for this program. Secondly, it was our biggest fan base or total that we've had, and I really that was huge. They were into it, and I appreciate them as well. You know, for us, it's a hard-fought game, and gosh, the first two quarters were great. Again, I'll say I didn't want to go in at halftime, but the beginning of the third quarter with 3 turnovers in a row and they capitalized on us, that hurt us. That hurt us. But you know, I looked down and we have 11 turnovers, and that's a lot, but it's not as much as we've had. But the third quarter we had 8, and they capitalized on them. But disappointed in obviously the outcome, but I will tell you this, our kids didn't have anything left in their tank. They fought and played hard, and that's a great step for us and a good process for this team.
Holly, with Enrique, you were really able to slow her down in the first half. Why was that the case, and then why was she able to get going in the third quarter? Well,
I thought the third quarter she was attacking the basket more. We would miss shots. They would rebound and get their fast break going. We were really concerned about their fast break. And she got out ahead and attacked the basket. So gave too many and one. You know, we fouled and they made baskets. So, but she's if not the best player in the country, and we held her in check, and then she figured out how to get points. And so, you know, we got to be mindful of that. And again, I thought our turnovers were costly. Our missed rebounds were costly, and that started their break.
The last couple games, the way Zay's played, how encouraging is that moving forward?
No, Zay did exactly what we wanted. We expect Zay to do, and she penetrated. She's one of our best kids that will penetrate, get in the gaps, and take good shots. I thought she took good shots. She didn't take a floater. She stopped, jump shot, and then her defense I thought was solid. We need her to do that all the time. All the time, and she's capable of doing that. And now it's always been expected, but now she showed us she can continue to do that.
John, Steve.
Holly, could you talk a little bit about your defense, particularly in the first half
Yeah.
with your zone? And your front line rotation was a little different.
Yeah.
You got Harris involved, and what was the thinking behind all that?
Well, we did a lot of man and zone, depending on if they scored or not, and we needed some bigs in there because Shepard and Turner worked extremely well together. And then when Cassie got in foul trouble, we needed a big body, and I was really proud of Cam. She came in and she did her role, and she was physical. She got rebounds, and she kind of took up the slack while we could rest Cassie, and then we moved her back and forth. But I was really proud of Cam. But Cam's has had about 4 good practices, and I'm going to reward her for that.
You said day-to-day with Mimi the other day. Any updated timetable on her?
It's the same. It's kind of day-to-day. We missed not having Mimi on the defensive end, but it is for us. It is what it is, and everybody played, and we put it all out there. So she's day-to-day.
Holly, Renaya, 4 straight games now in single digits, really struggling with her shot right now. What are you seeing from her, and how do you guys get her back on track?
Renaya is a solid offensive player. She's just pressing a little bit. We're trying to get her shots around the basket. She's just thinking about it a little too much. She's feeling that. I'm sure at times that she has to carry this basketball team, but. She's going to turn it around. I have a lot of confidence in her, a lot of faith in her, and people stepped up to help her tonight, and it wasn't all on her shoulders. But we'll go back and watch the tape. I don't think she took too many bad shots. They just didn't go in.
Holly, in the first half, I know you had the third quarter lapse with turnovers, but in the first half, the team seemed really more careful with the ball, and also more, seemed to take more value every possession a little more than it had in some games. Did you feel that way?
I did. We talked a lot about that. We talked about how Notre Dame plays off turnovers. We talked about that. We talked about the value of the basketball. Having the opportunity to instead of getting turnovers, to get shots. So we did a really good job, and Notre Dame adjusted a little bit. They jumped out in passing lanes and got a steal, and jumped out on this side and got a steal. So that's when we've got to really come down. And I thought the third quarter, a couple of times we quick shot the basketball, and we really one of our game plan and goals was to move the defense, make them have to play, go side to side, and then if you're open on the first pass, you're going to be open on the 5th and 6th pass. And I thought the third quarter we quick shot the basketball a little bit more than we did in the first half.
Holly, I looked up at one point, and there's 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores against 4 seniors and 1 junior, and the defending national champion. This team could have folded after Monday. That was a brutal way to lose a basketball game, but they were energetic, engaged, talking during warm-ups. What did they do in the last 48 hours to sort of change their mindset?
Well, we had two really good, focused practices. And when we do that, we kept our game plan was very simple. But we are young, but we're going to play. We need them. We need to play these kids. And I thought they competed. They're taking the loss very hard because of what they did, but we're going to play those, and we're getting them. They're getting better and better each game. And they didn't look at Notre Dame as really seniors. They had a lot of respect for them as our whole staff does. But that didn't deter us from competing, and that's what we talked about. Just compete.
Holly, it seems like, because you've got some freshmen and some sophomores playing, that it almost seems like it may be beneficial to just have them out there so they can just maybe fail going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Because, it seems like the past couple games' effort has been something that
Absolutely.
you've had. And, do you prefer to see them just go out there, even if they don't know what they're doing, to just fail going fast?
Look, I thought they were very focused today. I thought they played hard. Did they make mistakes? Sure they did. But you got to go with it, because you can make a mistake and your effort can cover up for a lot of things. And I thought their effort was solid. And I'll continue to say that talented doesn't mean a lot if you don't have the heart, the effort, the grit. And I thought we had that tonight. Now we're going to build on it, but these kids, they're thrown in the fire. They're young, but I have a lot of confidence in them. When they're playing hard, they make things happen.
Steve, you suggested the other night that because this was a game that maybe people from the outside at least didn't expect y'all to win, going against the first-ranked team, maybe it would take some of the pressure off or something for some of these players. How do you make sure y'all play with the same energy level that you showed in the first half tonight down the road now with these other games where you're kind of going to need to win, but maybe it's not the top-ranked team in the country?
Yeah, well, look, we need to win every game, whether we were 23-0. So we need to win every game, and it starts with our practice. And these young ladies focus, and I've just seen a different group, a different feel, and they understand. They battled hard, and we didn't get it done, and we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing. Now it's up to them to get themselves ready to compete. They're going to all have a chance to play. So we're going to keep pushing them, staying on them, coaching them, putting them in a situation where we can win the basketball game.
Any other questions for Coach? Okay.
That's it. All right, thank you. Hey,